Tellemtribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tellemtribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. As usual, the rules does not change. This is going to be a reading about how your ex is feeling towards you. We do these readings ever so often just to give you insight on how to keep it moving, because sometimes we get caught up so much on the past and then we forget to live in the present, and then we put our life on hold, and then you end up being remorseful and feeling regret and not, it's just a lot. It's like a whirlwind and then an avalanche of pure, unadulterated fuckery. So we're going to get some insight on that and how you can move forward, because it's always about forward movement. Forward ever, backward never. Unless, of course, if taking 2 steps back being a giant step forward, then that is the exception. All right, so subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already done so, click like to show some love to the video if it resonates. Even if it doesn't, if you watched it, it doesn't hurt to just click the thumbs up. Share the video to share the wealth, and drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. All right, and let's get into your reading. So Spirit, beautiful angels, tarot cards, and ancestors, please provide me with the guided messages for Gemini, the Gemini collective. Please provide me the message for Gemini that Gemini needs to hear right now regarding this situation with the X factor. All right, let's see what's going on with you, Gemini. We're going to put some oracle cards. We're going to tap in. We're going to have some fun. It's good July 4th afternoon. Okay, so we got some interesting ones here. All right. So, Gemini, they are doing something random. Okay, so Gemini, how does your ex feel about you in this current moment? When your ex looks into you and you come to mind, I feel like I was about to go into some poetry. It's the four of wands energy. They see you as someone who is stable, like who has it together, or they see you as someone that they could have had a stable situation with. If you are not together with this person anymore, obviously if they're your ex, it's because there was something that didn't work out or it fizzled out. They see you as this 4 of wands energy. They see you as someone who they could have built this big immaculate life with, because they saw you as a best friend. So I feel like right now, Gemini, some of you feel like you lost your best friend. Some of you feel like, I just love doing this. Some of you feel like you lost someone that was supposed to be your forever thing, your boo thing, your whoever you call when you're having a rough day at work, whoever you call whenever you don't have anything to do at work, whoever you call when you're on your break at work and you don't want to call nobody else. This was just your person. This was the person that was in the bright lights for you when the smoke cleared. And so that's why you may find yourself thinking about this person when the love songs plays. You know, some of you don't see a face at all. So some of you may be completely happy and disconnected from this person and happy that it's over. But for others of you, this person feels that you were their person as well. They saw you as someone who was not toxic. They take responsibility for whatever the hell happened in their way. Probably not in a way that resonates with you, but that's on that. But they see you in positive light. They don't see you as the aggressor for this particular scenario. So let's keep it cute if this doesn't resonate with you. That's the rule. So they see you as someone that was amazing, someone that gave them stability, someone who showed them how to balance their books. They may not have known how to spend money. They were oblivious to the whole being an adult thing when it comes to finances. You showed them that. You showed them how to invest. You were like their first for a lot of things. So that's how they see you, as the person who popped their first cherry in a lot of things. I love cherries. I'm going to pull a second card because this could be them obsessing about, having obsessive thoughts about moving on, you know, being happy with moving on, and they're just having a hard time with cutting that cord. Or this could be them wanting the situation back and having a hard time with cutting that cord, because you could leave for your own reasoning that's healthy, you know, leaving for a healthier situation or to get a peace of mind and still be remorseful. Them crying or them having a hard time sleeping at night doesn't necessarily have to mean that they want to be back with you. So I'm going to pull another card. Spirit says to shuffle. But these are great cards, Gemini. This was a good connection. This seems like this is just like a connection where someone just stopped talking. Like you had no closure. Someone might have moved away, and it's just like nothing happened. Nobody called. You ain't called. They ain't called. You ain't text. They ain't text. So it's just like in limbo. So they definitely feel some kind of disconnect and uncertainty and anxiety about something. So let's take a look to see if they want to reconcile. Three of Swords. So the plot thickens. Gemini, I don't think they want to reconcile. No. Ooh. They don't want to reconcile. And they're heartbroken and they're trying to heal. And I feel like, Gemini, you should be happy for them. You should be happy that they made the best decision for themselves. I feel like they were the ones to walk away from this connection, and they are going to continue to walk away from this connection. And I'm seeing that Spirit is saying that they're doing this for their mental health, for their peace of mind. So your person, it may have been another air sign, or it could have been a water sign. They did not feel that this was the right connection for them, even though they saw you as someone that they could be with in the long run. So I feel like this is what they felt in the beginning. So I feel like, Gemini, they may have felt that you were nice and approachable and best friends forever type situation. They felt like you were someone they could build a family with. And then something happened, and that whole idea that they had of you flipped. That idea flipped. Something happened that caused their perception of you to change. And we don't have enough cards on the board to talk about the situation. I'm not pulling cards to see what may have happened between you two, because the situation could have been anything, but their feeling towards you is that they don't want to reconcile right now. And I'm going to pull a Divine Time Oracle card to see if they would ever reach back out. But, and you know, time is fluid, so that doesn't even have to fall into place. But some of you want to be coddled. And I love enabling you. But we got to do what's best for us at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to enable you. I'm going to give it to you blood raw. But this person does not want to reconcile. They are, and I'm sorry for the noise in the background. It's 4th of July out, and my neighbors are very much celebrating, and I cannot contest that, despite what my beliefs are. So yeah, they are definitely recovering from this relationship, Gemini. They are recovering in a major way. They feel like they're losing a lot of sleep. But they're healing. And they're learning how to not stay in situations when it doesn't serve them any longer. I feel like they may have stayed in this connection with you longer than they intended to. When they realized that it wasn't working, they still wanted to fight for you, and they tried to fight for you, but it was a fight that they couldn't win for some reason. Only you know why at this point, why they couldn't win. They felt like they were fighting a losing battle, and they are heartbroken. They are heartbroken. I feel like they want to see what's best for them now, because I feel like they wanted what was best for you, and they now want to see what's best for them now. So, what was the obstacle? The obstacle was the Ace of Swords. So, seeing what you liked and loved and cared about from their perspective. No, seeing what their perspective was. They may have felt like it was difficult for you to see life through their eyes. That came out sounding crazy at first. Um, let's get some more insight on that. They felt like you didn't open up to them, Gemini. They felt like you made them work too hard to find out who you were. They felt like they had to pull teeth damn near to get you to express yourself to them. They felt like communication wasn't your thing. They felt like you always had to make an argument or switch things up on them to make them feel bad before you were able to open up. Like you wouldn't take responsibility for your feelings. It was always their fault. They felt like they were fighting a losing battle. No matter what the conversation was, there was always a damn conflict. That's what I hear. They really wanted this to work when you were together, Gemini. They really did. I feel like you were dealing with another air sign, though. Or someone who had an airy personality. They were always happy. And as time went by, it's like their light was dimmed. It's like they feel like you brought out the worst in them. And some of y'all gonna try to cuss me out because I'm not giving you the flowers and the bumblebees and the glitter. But this particular relationship, this person just felt like it was your fault why y'all couldn't be together. Damn. I'm gonna pull another card and see. Yeah, they felt like you were always too busy for them. And whenever you did do things with them, Gemini, it was like you were doing them a favor. So you may have got with somebody. Oh, this is interesting. Gemini, you may have got with somebody who wasn't your normal type. And I feel like you were trying to play the field in a way where I feel like you flirted yourself into this relationship. Like it started out as some kind of friendship shit. And then you realized this person would be a very, very good friend. And as the time went by, their feelings were growing and yours was dwindling. And you really wanted to somehow transfer this relationship back to normal. Like go from we're in a relationship, we're fucking every day, to let's not fuck anymore. Let's just be friends. Let's go to the library together, read books, get coffee. Let's travel together, but let's not do what we were doing in a relationship. And I want to see other people. Oh my God, Gemini. Gemini. They felt like you didn't tell them this, like you sprung this on them in the midst of an argument, that you didn't want to really be with them anymore because you were seeing them more as like a friend rather than somebody that you could continue being intimate with. And I feel like you were attracted to them for like a random ass reason. I feel like this person was somebody that was new to your aesthetic, like a new aesthetic for you. Like somebody you typically would not date, but they were so handsome or so beautiful within their own way, like how they did this particular thing and it just turned you on and you just had to have it. And then once you got it, it was just like you were satisfied, but then the relationship kept going. And that's why they left, because they knew that you didn't want to be with them like that no more. And it's hurtful because they still wanted to be with you even after they left, but they knew that by coming back, they'll be doing themselves an injustice because you just don't want them like that. And that's hurtful. So it's so interesting that you want to see how this person is doing, even though you don't want to be with them no more. I feel like you low-key just want to be friends again, but this person is not going to want to be friends again until they get over you. And it's going to take some time because you were like the first time this person had someone out of their league kind of situation. And I'm not trying to put one person above the other. What I'm saying is, like, imagine high school, the hierarchy. You know, I always have to tell a story so you can get an understanding of what I'm trying to say without putting one person down versus the other, because I all feel like we're all equal. We're all human beings and we all have beautiful, unique things to offer. But sometimes it's like it's like, okay, high school, back to the story, we gotta reel it back in. In high school, they had different groups, right? So you had maybe the geeks, you had the Ivy League, the international smart folks. I forgot what the what you call them, but you have the smart folks, you have the goths, like the all black. Then you have the people who like to dress in all black, really emotional, and sometimes just, you gotta look at them twice to make sure they're not doing nothing crazy. Then you have the jocks, the cheerleaders. You have the people who just kind of got along with everybody. There was like this neutral group that everyone, that they could be a part of any group because they were just like that. So I feel like this person would have been in like a group like, let's say, the geeky group, or he might have been really smart, like geeky smart, but like super handsome, or she was super smart, super beautiful, whatever the case, or just average beautiful, but wouldn't necessarily be with the jock, or average handsome wouldn't necessarily be with the cheerleader. So this is like a connection where you typically wouldn't be with this person because they wouldn't fit your standard of what you would want to be in a relationship, and you kind of threw those boundaries out the window because you're opening up your way of dating so that you don't block your blessings. You're trying to be more open, but because you're not being open enough with your communication, you come off as an asshole or inconsiderate or self-centered. So you started, you became friends with this person based on whatever this unique thing is that they offer that you typically wouldn't be attracted to, but realize, holy shit, there's different people out here that can give me something that I've never felt before, and I like this, and I might be able to live with this. But then after time went by, you realized you would appreciate them much more as a friend and did not know how to tell them. So this person now, imagine their position, being with someone like you that they would never be able to be with in like a million years. You know what I'm saying? And you brought them a life that they got used to and loved, and not even just the perks of the life, is just they just never met someone like you before. I mean, hey, it happens. And then you just started to pull back. They went through withdrawals. It's a nauseating feeling to feel love for someone and not have it reciprocated in the same way that it started out. It's like it fizzled, and then they're not communicating. You're not communicating with them to say, hey, this is what's changing. So they feel like you cheated them out of love, they of an opportunity to fight for you. You may have stopped responding. I feel like that's what I felt in the beginning, like you wanted them to be more friendly in the communication, and they were being more, fighting the way that they know how to fight, and then you started seeing them as the regular person that they were, and it just wasn't working anymore. This is a lot to unpack. So what's the likelihood, or what's the likely outcome? So I feel like, let's get some more insight on the Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. I feel like they're going to reach out to you. I'm going to pull, or you're going to reach out to them with like an olive branch because you feel bad about this, Gemini. And you're going to try to do what you normally do to keep the conversation, to keep it light and airy, but also not get too involved and not get your emotions involved. And I don't know if they're going to be receptive to it. Oh, they may be receptive to it, to the sun sign. I think they're going to be happy that you reached out, but they're just not going to be happy that you're not reaching out with regards to reconnecting. So they may be open to the conversation again. Okay, there goes the firecrackers. The conversation again. We're going to take that as a tower. So that might not work. It may or might not work. It's like a 50-50 chance. But I feel like you're going to be stern about it and try to hold your ground just because you cared about this person, and you still do. You just don't want to be in a relationship with them no more. And you do care about their feelings, which is why you're inquiring about how they are. But you haven't reached out because you're afraid that if you try to reach out again, it's going to be the same conversation of them trying to, reconcile when you're not trying to reconcile in that way. So when might you do this, or when might they reach out? This is a very interesting reading. Very, 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 very interesting. Time is fluid, so there's never really a time that we can pinpoint and be like, oh, this is gonna happen tomorrow, you know. But I like this little deck because it's very realistic. Most of the timing in here is just, you'll see, watch. Within a couple of months. I usually never get these kind of responses because the deck is realistic. It'll be like, yo, in due time, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's saying within a couple of months, so you may decide to reach out within a couple of months. So I feel like, you know, that means they could reach out tomorrow. You could reach out tomorrow. You may hear a song and you just want to let them know, hey, you remember this song? Whatever, you want to link up, you know, to go to this festival, whatever, just as friends, you know, just to kick the breeze as friends, whatever. But understand this person is healing, and if you know you don't want to be in a relationship with them anymore, you need to allow them the space to heal. You know what I'm saying? Don't reach out for selfish reasons to try to make yourself feel better, Gemini. Let this person heal and reach out to you when they see fit. Now, if you ghosted this person and you feel compelled to reach out just to say why, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are going to reach out just to try to, you know, put perfume on shit and stick a flower in it, it's just not gonna grow. It's just not. You can't do that. And although shit fertilizes soil, this shit is on the concrete. It's not gonna grow. That went left. So I'm gonna pull another oracle card for this. We're gonna close this reading out. We're gonna close this reading the hell out. Oh my God, Gemini, why do you do these things? I gotta love y'all though. I gotta love us. You know, it's hurtful sometimes, but you know, it's people. We be peopling. Yeah, you're just curious. You're curious to know what they got going on because you want to make things right in a platonic way. And it's okay to be curious, but it's not okay to be curious to satisfy your personal need. You know what I mean? You wanna release any egotistic thoughts and really think about how this other person is affected by the way how you moved, and just be considerate of what they may be feeling. If you are really that interested in knowing how they're feeling and how this situation has affected them, then you reach out and try to close the door, close the chapter, but not to like open the door and give them hope when there is none. So let's get messages from them. I know that I crossed the line with you. So they may be feeling like, oh, maybe they weren't good enough for you, or they may have said something crazy, or this could be your energy with to them, like, I know I crossed the line with you. Like, hell, I did not respond to your text. I might have blocked you because you kept saying things that I didn't want you to say. Like, you wanted to control what they were saying so that you could be friends again, but you can't just be fucking with somebody as a couple, in a couple situation, as boyfriend and girlfriend, and then be like, okay, let's be friends, and then ghost them because they're not doing friend shit when you were, you know, in a intimate relationship for so long. So you might be saying that, like, you know, I crossed the line with you. I screwed up. Yeah, you screwed up. What other messages do we have? You were the best thing in my life. I feel like this is what they're saying to you. And then we're going to get a final message from either you, what you're feeling, or from them. And then we're going to close this reading out. I want you. So this can go either way. You might be missing their good sex. They might have been geeky, but they were very experienced in the bed. They were very freaky, and they allowed you to do whatever you wanted to them, and vice versa. So there is a physical connection that may still be there. But again, you will not take that route if you don't intend on building something deeper than sex, because all you're going to do is make the situation worse. So the decision is up to you ultimately, Gemini, but this is how they're feeling. I hope this reading resonated with someone. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the link is in the description box. And until next time, love and light, tribe.